Hello, everyone. Welcome to the holiday price promotion analysis presented by Thomas County Leadership Team, Group 48. My name is Anthony, and here I'm joined by Angelina, Gordon, Jasraj, and Alan. The business problem we identified is whether stores of BBTOR in Thomas County should accept the proposal by Southern Wine and Spirits NE regarding the $1 discount on each bottle if sales of any bottle exceed 500 in 4 consecutive weeks leading to major holidays. Here is our plan to proceed with our evaluation with the proposal. Firstly, we look over the sales data combined with weather information from 2018 to 2021 to develop the best prediction model for each of the products. Secondly, we'll be utilizing a regression model to generate predicted sales quantity under different pricing scenarios, assuming that the company is implementing a price promotion for 4 weeks starting from May 7th, 2022. Then we'll be diving into the purchase price for each product and focus on large purchases. We are going to see through the price charged by the vendor by analyzing the price distribution over the years. Finally, we'll be performing a comparison between gross profit generated using regular sales price or using a $1 discount price, therefore to conclude whether the offer makes economic sense to our company. Here we have the 3 products suggested for price promotion: Winning Morning Frog Chard, Coppola DMD Every Cab Sauvignon, and Crispinol Gradual. We firstly rename certain variables like P_Chard represents sales price per bottle for chard, and Q_Chard indicates the weekly quantity sold. We combine the sales data of each brand with weather information and create another variable called revenue by simply using quantity multiplied by sales price. Up on the next, we split the data into training and testing by 70-30 ratio to help us understand the characteristics of the future models created. In this scenario, we're leveraging how each linear model using the training set to predict revenue impacts the mean absolute error percentage relevant using the testing set. You may notice that we run over 7 models for each product to test the accuracy and effectiveness to make sure our final pick has stronger predicting power and it truly reflects the price sensitivity of each item. So we're looking for a higher adjusted R-squared and lower MIP score. The predicting model for each product is as following. Notice that each product will generate a negative income if other variables remain 0, and all 3 items show positive correlations between price quantity and overall revenue generated. The most price-sensitive product from our analysis is 6649 Winning Morning Frog Chard, as the model interprets that for every unit increase in price, the revenue would jump by $64.86. An interesting insight would be how precipitation leads to better sales for both Sauvignon and Grigio, whereas it would bring down sales of a chard at a significant level. A loss of $34 will likely occur whenever the precipitation goes up by 1 inch. Though Sauvignon sales are somehow boosted by the increase of precipitation, however, it is also slightly discouraged by the highest temperature during the day. Here are the results showing the business is losing around $1 for each unit increase in the highest temperature. Speaking of gradual, we discovered that the average minimum temperature can positively contribute to its revenue at a rate of $1, whereas the snow depth can relatively lower the revenue down. Means for every increase in inch, the total revenue goes down by $1.8. I will pass it to Angelina, and she'll be speaking about establishing sensitivity of weekly sales quantities to price changes.
In regard to implementing a price-based promotion for BBTOR's 3 products mentioned earlier, we believe that including a $1 discount for these 3 products will create a pattern with a sensitivity of weekly sales to price changes. To further investigate our predictions, we created 3 linear regression models to help us grab a deeper dive with the changes in sales quantity by using each brand's price and sales quantity variables. Here are some key takeaways that we found with each of the 3 models. We're first going to be looking at the chard model. For this linear model, we found that with every $1 discount applied, Morning Frog Chard sales quantity would decrease by 26.74. We also noticed that the intercept of this model was 410.70, meaning that without the $1 discount, the brand would still not be able to exceed the sales of 500 or more. Now looking at the Grigio model, for this linear model, we found that the trend is very similar to the chart model. with the $1 discount. Their sales quantity would start to decrease by 26.74, and without the discount, the sales quantity cannot exceed 500, as the model has an intercept of 440.16. Now for the last model, the Sauvignon model. For this linear model, the trends are also similar, where the sales quantity starts to decrease when the $1 discount is applied, as well as not reaching their sales quantity goal. Here, the product will have a 28.04 decrease in sales quantity, and without the discount, the sales quantity would have stayed at 480.92, which would not exceed their goal of 500 sales.
Moving on, we'll be analyzing the purchase prices for each of the 3 individual products. And specifically, we'll be focusing on any large purchases or large orders. We'll also be using the modeling and distribution to essentially establish the purchase price that are charged by the vendors. After preparing the data, we have created a model to show the quantity purchased over the years. So what we've done is filtered for all large purchases, which has a quantity purchased of over 500. As you can see in this line graph, over the years, starting from 2018, there seems to be a gradual decline throughout the years. It peaked at over 1,000 near the beginning of 2018, and it hit its lowest points in between 2020 and 2021. For a thorough analysis of the model, it seems to have its lowest quality bought near the beginning of each year, but spikes up dramatically a little after the year starts. Later on, it then falls all the way back down after the large spike. This seems to be a common trend that happens throughout each year. Here we have the summary statistics for our dataset, which includes the brand, PO date, quantity, and purchase price. So we'll mostly be focusing on the purchase price and quantity. For purchase price, there's a value of the median at 8.280 and a mean value of 8.319. And for quantity, there's a median value of 648 and a mean value of 705. So between the median and the mean, they both have very similar values, which implies that there's a very fairly symmetric distribution. To do further analysis of analyzing the purchase price, we did the correlation for each individual products and selected the quantity and purchase price. So starting with the first one, which is brand 6649, we found that the standard deviation is 0, which means that for any different quantity, the purchase price always stays the same. And this is also the same for brand 10058, where the standard deviation is 0. And even though there are higher quantities and low quantities, they are all purchased at the same price. However, for the third brand, which is brand 28147, we found that there is a negative correlation with a value of 0.6244. So this means that since there's a negative correlation, there is also a negative relationship between purchase price and the quantity. And this makes sense because the more quantity they purchase, the lower purchase price they're going to get due to bulk offers.
To find out if the company should avail the discount offer or not, 3 regression models were developed using regular prices and after reducing the purchase price by $1 to predict the gross profit of the 3 products. The models show that the quantity sold using $1 discount offered to the company if it sells 500 or more products. All 3 models tell us that we should not take the $1 discount promotion because the price slope is positive, which means that if the price falls, so will the gross profit. Through our analysis, we can see that the model 6649, for every dollar reduction in the price, the gross profit will significantly decrease by $52.74. In model 28147, the gross profit will decrease by $57.88 with a dollar decrease in the price of the product. We can also see that in the model 10058, the gross profit will decrease by $50.76 for every dollar decrease in the price.
Find out if you should be accept the proposal by Southern Wine and Spirits NE regarding the $1 discount on each bottle if sales of any bottle exceed 500 in 4 consecutive weeks. 3 regression models were developed using regular prices and after reducing the purchase price by $1 to predict the gross profit of 3 products 6649, 28147, and 10058 when their prices change. The model shows the quantity sold using the $1 discount offered to the company if it sells 500 or more products. All three models tells us that we should not take the $1 discount price promotion because the price slope is positive, which means that if the price falls, so will the gross profit. Through our analysis, we can see that in model of 6649, for every dollar reduction in price, the gross profit will decrease by $52.74. In model 28147, the gross profit will decrease by $57.88 with a dollar decrease in price. And model 10058, the gross profit will decrease by $50.76 for every dollar decrease in price. To conclude, we would like to say that the $1 reduction in price will not be fruitful for the company, as a decrease in price will eventually lead to lowering gross profit margins for the company. So we will not be accepting or availing the offer.